Hey everybody, it's Lon Seidman and welcome to my Extras channel, and today we're going to be unboxing the new Valve Index. It is on my desk here in a box. It just arrived, and if you don't know what the Valve Index is, it is a high-end VR headset for your PC. So a few weeks ago we looked at the Oculus Quest, which is an all-in-one device that costs around $400 or so. This fully configured just for the headset and controllers is $1,000. And you need the PC that can support it. So I've got upstairs is a quad-core i7 PC. It's one of the older Intel chips, but it's good enough for VR, and it also has a GTX 1080 GPU. So altogether, you'll probably spend about $2,000-ish on something that can support the Valve Index, but it's really designed for that enthusiast market. I do want to let you know, in the interest of full disclosures, that I paid for this with my own funds, so all the opinions you're about to hear are my own. Nobody is paying for this unboxing, nor is anyone reviewing it or approving it before it gets uploaded. And in fact, I am live streaming this right now on my main channel, which is where we will probably do the full review a little bit later in the week, and you can find that at lon.tv. So welcome to everyone who is watching the stream live here and everyone who's watching it recorded. Try to do both things at once here and see how it goes. I'm going to put this box down on the floor here and take out, each individual component separately. So the first item here is a rather large box, and I'm hoping they gave me the whole thing here because I needed the controllers too, and the sensors. I figured I would just do the whole big upgrade. Now right now I have the HTC Vive, and I've been very pleased with it overall, but there's things about it that I think could be improved, and I think Valve is trying to address a lot of that here. So this is the main box. So it looks like it's got everything. It's upside down here at the moment. Let me flip it around here so you can see what it has inside. So we'll have the headset, the controllers, and the sensors. And again, later we're going to set this up upstairs, not now. Thank you, Tristan, for your super chat contribution. And let's slice this open here and have a look inside. All right, so here is the full kit. And it is ready to go. In fact, there's not much to unwrap here. It's all just ready to go for us here. So let us look first at the sensors. These are the sensors. You do have to pull these things off here. And what these do is they shower the room with lasers, I believe. And what happens is that these controllers and the headset have reflective surfaces on them. And there's two of these, and they can track your position in space. And I found on the Vive, it works incredibly well. So I am eager to see how much better it works now with the Index here, because this was one thing that the Valve, or the Vive did quite well. And we'll get the other one going here. And as I'm unboxing here in our live stream, Holiday says the Knuckle Controllers are getting panned pretty hard. The main complaint is getting the angle correct in your hand games, along with them being uncomfortable. So that's going to be a big thing that I need to play with here. Now these are the Knuckle Controllers, and they call them the Knuckles because they're designed to basically get strapped in your hand like this. So there is a release here. By the way, this feels really nice. This does not feel cheap by any stretch. So you get your hand in there and you pull on this string. And I know this because I've been watching other people unbox stuff. And you can see now that my hand is in here that the controller is staying relatively put. Get that tight enough. And what happens here is that this surface here is a capacitive sensor, and it can detect your fingers as you're putting them down on the controller surface. Now the big test, of course, is whether or not it can differentiate each individual finger, which is what we'll do when we actually get around to the full gameplay stream that will be happening a little bit later. We have a trigger here. Looks like there's another capacitive sensor here. I'm guessing that's your thumb coming in. And I kind of like this because when you do want to grip something in a game, you have something to hold on to, so there might be a little bit more realism there. And it looks like, too, there's a pressure sensor here because this moves a little bit as I'm doing that. But it feels pretty good. Not bad. All right, so that's the controller. And then if you want to release your hand out of it, you just push the button here and it relaxes that, and you can get your hand back out. But it feels nice. It really does feel nice. And we'll see Holiday, who mentioned that, again, some people are panning the controllers for comfort and angle. We'll definitely look at that because I can see here as I'm putting my hand in, I'm feeling like I want to hold it like this. But then my finger isn't really touching anything, so I think I have to probably hold it lower and get everything configured that way. So it's going to require some adjustment. We'll see when we get it going. And if you're wondering, we're not going to hook this up right away because my wife and kids are coming back from a trip and I have to help them in about half an hour. So I figured I would do this unboxing here. Here's the other Knuckles controller for the other hand. Looks the same, just for the other hand. You see them there. All right, so now let's look at the headset itself. Oh shoot, here's the bit. Here we go. Let's just take the whole thing out. So the way this works is that you have to plug it into your PC. Oh, they Velcroed the, the manual here into the thing. You have to hook this up to your PC directly, so there's always going to be a wire tethered from your PC. So if you did not like that about other PC VR systems, this is going to be no different. In here we have a setup guide, a guide day configuration. These are all different languages, so they have them all packed in here. And then you have some of your safety and warranty information here, and a chamois cloth for keeping it clean. So let's see what we've got here. Just a bunch of stuff. I'm just curious what the warranty is on this. I think it's a year. Most things are. We'll check that out later. Okay, so let us get the headset out now. So this is the headset. It looks pretty slick. So now the foam pieces here connect magnetically, so they're not like Velcroed or glued in. So this comes out for cleaning. Believe it or not, you can work up quite a sweat in VR. There's some games like Beat Saber in particular is like a really good workout. So you can clean that off if you want. We'll pull the thing off the sensors there. Now on the bottom here they have what's called an interpupillary distance adjustment. So you can adjust this based on how far apart your pupils are. And when you're in the VR experience, you can get that figured out. Now the headphones on this are integrated and they sit over but not on your ears. So that is what those are doing there. Then you have the front here, and there is some plastic here to pull off. Oops, it takes the whole thing off here. So we'll put that back on in a second. Now they have here, just like Tesla's, they have a frunk, which they hope that developers might take advantage of in the future. So you could, there's a USB port in here, so you could put in, you know, one of those Leap motion sensors or something and do more with the VR headset. So it'll be interesting to see what people come up with for that frunk area, because you could probably fit a decent sized USB device of some kind, additional sensors and that sort of thing. There are stereo cameras here on the front, but this is not used for tracking. Remember, you've got to have these things in your room mounted somewhere. You can put them on a wall. What I have set up is a bunch of old light stands, and you'll see that in my full stream later, that I use to just kind of get them off the floor. And I'm actually eager to see if these have a greater range, because my current HTC Vive sensors are not detecting the size of my room properly, so I have to move them closer together. So I'm going to try to put these in the position that I really want them to be, and we'll see how that goes. Now remember, you've got this huge cable that's going to be tethered behind you. It looks like they've got a breakaway here, so that in case you, it's not really such a breakaway. Yeah, it's not all that breakaway there. This looks like a mini display port. So what will happen here is that we have to connect the end of this cable, I believe, to, actually, it looks like this goes directly in. So I guess this connects directly into the PC. You've got a USB cable here. You have what looks like a power cable. So this must go from a power cord that's in the box here. And there's also a display port, and this plugs into your video card. And my Vive plugs into the HDMI, this one's display port. And I'm guessing it's because this runs at a much higher frame rate. So this can go up to 144 hertz versus 90 hertz on the Vive. So that's a pretty big jump in performance there. Now, I have heard some people complaining about the nose piece here not being comfortable, and I could see why they might, because it's hard plastic in here. It's not foam. This part here is padded, this part is not. So let me put the headset on real quick, and let's see how this fits. I should probably take my hat off here. Yes, I am just kind of being lazy today. So there's an adjustment here on the back, and that extends out. See that? And I guess you kind of loosen it up and then put it on over. This actually looks like it's going to be easier to manage versus my Vive, because the Vive I've always had trouble with all the different Velcro. There is some Velcro here at the top also, but this looks a lot easier. So let's put it on real quick. And, ooh, okay. It feels a little bulkier on first impression here, but it's actually feels pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of weight on my nose, and it might just be because the cable here is weighting it down a little bit. It's a pretty heavy cable. Yeah, it definitely feels a bit heavier than the Vive does. The Vive was much lighter, but it's not bad. But there's definitely a little bit more weight here, or maybe just more bulk. I don't know. It just definitely feels heavier. Although they say the field of view on this one is better. And I will say if the fit is much better too. It feels like it's on my face more securely. The Vive tends to flop around a bit just because there's so many Velcro straps to adjust on it. This one just has one here. So it's pretty good. I am still seeing a little bit of light under my nose here. It's not sealing perfectly, but it's a lot less light than I'm typically seeing on my Vive, where a lot of light is often bleeding in through the sides here. So that's pretty good. And it also allows you to tilt I think it does a little bit here, yeah. So you can also tilt the headset up like this, so you can just look at your PC screen without having to take off the entire thing. So there's been some comfort adjustments they've made to it, but it does feel a little bit heavier to me versus the Vive. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so that's the headset. Let's see if there's anything else in the box here. And let's go, oh, there is more stuff in here. Okay, so let's dig in further. Now all the fun stuff is over with. So I don't even know what half this stuff is. So I'm guessing this goes with the sensors, because has sensors on there. Okay, so this is the power cable for the sensors. It's got this shiny metal thing. I thought it was something else. So this is one of the power cables. And they actually organize this quite well. So you have sensors. They have a wall mount now, so if you want to mount it on the wall, you can do that. And this has got one of those tripod screws in there, the 1/4 inch. And then this, what is this? Oh, must be the charging cable for the hand controllers. And there's two of those. There's one on each side, and there's also a strap here to put in there as well. So that's that. This looks like a little foam piece, and I'm guessing this is for the back of the headset here. So you could put this in here and make it a little less, if it's a little too hard on the back of your head, it's kind of like memory foam here that can go on the back. I can see this getting really slimy and sweaty. It feels like it will. This thing, let's see what this is. Oh, this is the power cables for the headset. I'm wondering if this is going to be shorter in distance than my Vive is, because my Vive has like a breakout box that then gives you a little bit more room. I do have an extension cable for USB, but we'll have to check it out and see when we get down to it. And I think that's all there is in here. Yep, that's it. So that is the unboxing. So we're going to end the Extras channel video here. Make sure I don't sit on anything as I'm finishing up the review here. So that's going to do it for this unboxing of the Valve Index. I almost said the HTC Vive. And then I'll have a stream shortly with me actually using it and getting it set up. So in that stream, we're going to begin the setup process from scratch, and we'll kind of walk through the whole thing, and then we'll edit together something a little bit more concise. So you'll get my feelings on the screen quality, how it works versus the Vive, and we'll go from there. So that is going to do it for this unboxing on the Extras channel. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, this is Lon Seidman.
This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold-level supporters, the Four Guys with Quarters podcast, Tom Albrecht, Brian Parker, and Kalyan Kumar. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to lon.tv/support to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit lon.tv/s.